Alright guys, welcome back to the Pickle panel. My name is Dillon. Today we got something different. We have Good and Gather pickles. I got these ones from Target. It just says they're a pickle snack, petite kosher dill pickles in brine. I prefer dill pickles, so I'm hoping this is a much better one than last week's. Again, got from Target. It was $1.59 for 4.8 ounces. Now, according to this, it's got 3 servings per container, which is 2 pickles. So that's a total of 6 pickles in here. Kind of interested to see how this goes. Feeling on the outside, I can already feel a few pickles in there. Feel about a medium-sized pickle, so small, medium. So this should be pretty interesting. So scoring, remember, we have 3 categories: packaging, brine, and pickle itself. Packaging will be out of 10, brine will be out of 30, and the pickle will receive a score out of 60, and then we'll go over the overall score. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Packaging. Reason I picked this thing up because it's so different. I like that it's just a solid green color. If you threw this in your pantry, you could be like, okay, where's the pickles? Big green block, there it is. Especially if you had like a row of these sitting in there, it'd be really nice. Even in the fridge, you know, if you open it up, it has a resealable thing here, so you can just open them up, throw them back in the fridge. Yeah, so I mean, it's pretty awesome. It's got some pictures of the pickles and then the dill. So yeah, this is awesome. Really liking this. I would have to say, considering this is the best thing I've seen in packaging, I'm gonna have to give it a 9 out of 10. Just because I want to leave some space in case we find something else that's out there really interesting. But yeah, no, I mean, this is really cool. We'll go into the brine, aroma, clarity, and flavor. Oh, I can smell it from here already. Okay. Wow. Interesting. Okay, so it smells like a dill pickle, but it smells very... It smells fresh. It smells like... Ooh. Whatever's in the brine, it's very strong at the end. So what I'm smelling... Gosh, it's so hard to define. It smells good. Let me put it that way. The aroma is very good. It's not like it's hitting me and it hurts, you know? It's also, I can smell that it's sour. It's probably the dill now that I think about it. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's that dill that's coming through, and it's not so vinegary. So I'm actually excited about the flavor on this one. Aroma, probably going to give it an 8 out of 10. That's very, very good. Clarity, you can't see, but it's looking really good. I'm not seeing anything that's sitting in there. There's no like garlic or dill that would be extra sitting in there. It's got that classic yellow-green color. So let's give that clarity a 7 out of 10. And then we'll go into the flavor here. Okay. Yikes. Dang, I was hoping for it to be really good. Okay, so as it hits my tongue, there is that sour flavor right away. And then as I swallowed it, I got that burn in the back. And then... Now that I'm talking and I'm kind of like away from it a little bit, there is that lingering sour, but it dies off probably about within 10 seconds. So let me just go in for another sip. Oh, wow, that is disappointing. Okay, it's not just vinegar too. I taste the salt and whatever else that other flavoring is. It says vinegar, calcium chloride. So there's definitely something going on. It's there's 3 things. There's the salt, the vinegar punch, and then there's that other flavor that's kind of floating around in there. This isn't a pickle that I would recommend that you buy for the brine, just because it's hitting me every time I swallow it. Flavor-wise for the brine, disappointing. I honestly, I don't know if I would drink it just because I have it. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. So unfortunate, but we're still starting off pretty strong here. So the pickle, size, shape, color, texture, crunch, and flavor. I'm seeing a lot of tails in here. I've got about 2 of the 10 that I'm looking at have tails. And I'll pull one out here so you can see it. Ooh, that's a firm pickle. Okay. So size, I guess I would categorize this as a small. Yeah, not too impressed. I'm gonna give that a score of 5 out of 10 on the size. The shape, they're pretty curved. Actually, a lot of them in here are curved just like this. Some of them are straight, some of them are, well, I'll pull this one out here if I can. It looks like it's withered kind of on the side, so yeah, I'm not too impressed on the shape at all. It's going to impact its score. 3 out of 10 on the shape. Color, It looks like they're all pretty consistent in color. Well, that might be a lie. I guess they're consistent with each other in the fact that they aren't very gradient. They aren't depicting that gradient. So again, that's going to be kind of low on the color side. I'm going to give that probably a 3 out of 10 as well. So last is going to be the texture, crunch, and flavor. I'm seeing a lot of bumps on these. Doesn't look like it'll be too concerning unless they're hard. So we'll go ahead and try this one here. Okay. Very, very crunchy. This is kind of good and bad. Okay, very crunchy. Just the crunch alone, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Very good on the crunch. Texture, however, the skin is kind of rubbery, and that's kind of gross thinking it's a pickle. It's coarse. If you were to rub your tongue on it, it's like your tongue would catch, kind of like Velcro. It's very unappealing. Wow. Flavor-wise, it's good. Texture, yeah, wow, that's really, I don't think I could score it this low. I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10 on the texture. I do not like that texture at all. Let's give that flavor a look. Let's go back in for one more here. Okay, so this pickle does the brine some favors. So unlike the larger pickle where it didn't absorb a lot of the flavor and it didn't complement it very well, this one I would say it does. And it could be just because it's a small pickle. Yeah, I would say, so what's happening here is I'm getting the flavor of the pickle itself, and then I'm getting the flavor of the brine after as I swallow it, and it's getting that kind of sour punch as it goes back. So, very interesting, very refreshing at first, and then very strong at the end. I like it. It's dynamic. So that flavor, I'm gonna give it a 7. It's a solid 7. I wouldn't give it any more just because of again, that kind of, that way that it sits in the throat. So give me a little bit and we will go over the final score. Wow, okay. So these scores are very surprising to me. Again, I like dill pickles, and just off of the grading rubric, I guess maybe that's kind of what's happening here is I was expecting to be more biased towards sour pickles in the sense that I would like the flavor more. Or maybe my criticism is a little bit more aggressive for the sour pickles, just because I prefer them more. Anyways, let's just go over the categories here. So the packaging, the whole reason I grabbed this pickle, 9 out of 10, best score so far, and I'd say that's gonna hold up for a while. I do like that it reseals. I don't know how it is. Well, I guess I can test how it is on spilling. Yeah, not too good. So this isn't something you're gonna want to throw in your bag, but it's definitely something you can just throw back in the fridge. So 9 out of 10. The brine received a score of 18 out of 30. The best being the aroma. Again, I would back that with that freshness. And then the pickle, severely lower score. The best thing was the crunch, but also the worst thing was that texture, that rubbery texture on my tongue. Didn't like it at all. Received a score of 27 out of 60, so that's less than half. Overall score was 54 out of 100. I guess it's, again, the grading system at work, I'll just flip back here to the previous pickles. 61 for the hot ones and 60 for the first Vlasic pickles that we went over. So I guess if you're looking for a better pickle between the sour pickles, I would go with the Vlasic, even though that burning wasn't very great. Again, you're going to get that burning here. You'll also get the burning with the flavor of the pickle itself, so that's kind of something different to look at. Yeah, not a whole lot to say about that. Pairings and uses or recommendations. maybe just throw it in your picnic bag. It's probably the best recommendation I can do with this. If you're looking for a snack pickle, honestly, there's probably something better out there.